Hi, this is Erin from Bridgeville and Southfield Libraries, and today I'm going to show you how to knead dough. So first what you want to do is sort of gently flour your counter, flour your hands, and then you're going to take your dough. And if you want, you can just sort of gently flour your dough to start with. You can take the heel of your hand and press it down to the dough, turn it over, press the heel of your hand down into the dough. So what you're doing by kneading is you are causing the proteins in the flour to expand and form strands of gluten, which will give the bread the texture later on. So you can knead your dough by hand using a dough hook on the mixer or in a bread machine. Any of those three will work when you're kneading. It is possible to under-knead and over-knead your dough. Over-kneading tends to happen when you're using the dough hook because you can't really feel the texture of the dough. And most bread machines, they have the settings on them. So when you over-knead the dough, there's not really a whole lot that you can do to fix it. But one thing that you can try is letting it rise a little bit longer before reshaping it. And it is going to have a harder crust at the end, and it'll probably be dry inside. When you under-knead the dough, it's going to taste very heavy and dense because it doesn't have enough air pockets that the rising agents need. So you can usually feel the texture of the dough to see if you've kneaded it enough. The bread should feel pretty elastic and stretchy at the end, and that's when you know that it's been kneaded enough. So my dough feels a little sticky here. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more flour in here because I don't want it to be overly sticky. But I'm not going to add too much. If you have a really sticky dough, it's okay to add flour because you don't want it sticking to your hands, to the counter. And unless the recipe specifies that it should be sticky, you really don't want that. So I usually have a little dish of flour that I fill and set aside just for that purpose. So I don't have to stick my dough hands into my flour container. So as you can see, I'm still working on this. Heel my hand into the dough, then I flip it over and put it in. And I'm trying to work all parts of the dough here. And that's how you knead dough.